now. Free Justice Park 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 now. Free Justice Park. We not go green. 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 Is that the thief? Are you the owners of this country? Now they're mad. He's innocent. What do you for no reason? Lively up, it's a fight to finish. Lively up, this country belongs to all of us. Find strength, don't cry again, be strong. Yeah? Be strong, I beg. Go. Where do we get water? Where do we get water?
You know, I know there's a lot of politics going on here, but we must talk about this. Then we can maybe build up to the political bit of it. I want you to speak to us. You've been at the forefront of the demand for the release of Justice Crack. You have put out letters literally everywhere at this point. So tell us what you know, because looking at that statement from the Acting Director, Army Public Relations, Colonel Apollonia Anele, the statement says justice was picked by the Nigerian Army alongside the soldiers for investigation. They say he'd been chatting with some soldiers. While the soldiers remain in custody, justice has been handed over to relevant civil authorities for further investigation and possible prosecution. What's your response to that?
Mr. Kayode, I think the current state of this country is frightening. And if the military, as a very respected institution, can also descend to this level of conduct, I think it should worry every person what exactly needs to be done to reset the reformation of institutions in Nigeria. So on Tuesday, the 28th of April, I got a call, a distress call in the evening from the wife of Justice Mark Chidebere. He's on social media as Justice Crack, that she hadn't heard from her husband since about since morning when he dropped her off. And then we began the search and all of that. And by Wednesday morning, we were at the FCT command, where we met with the Commissioner of Police of the FCT, and he asked us what was our suspicion. We told him we had done our private tracking and the police did their own, and every location indicated clearly the Nigerian Army Officers' Wives Association shopping complex in Asokoro. Then by Wednesday, his devices had been turned off and turned on, and then we're able to get another location still around the military facility, the Army War College, the State House Clinic. And our suspicions were confirmed that the military had taken him due to the videos he had, made. And now, taking the statement of the military, it even gives you more concern than explain the situation. What does the army mean by he was picked up? What sort of arrest is done in that kind of abductive manner, where an institution that could just legally use civil authority to invite a person, carry out your investigations, you can get a warrant if you want to search his properties, he's a law-abiding citizen, he's not a terrorist, nothing has been proven on him until it is found guilty, that the army will conduct this kind of raid. And then for 5 days, nobody knew his whereabouts until we began to raise a lot of questions, calling out the CIC, and everything we kept saying turned out to be so. His vehicle was parked there. We had to find a way of getting at least something to show an evidence that truly he was in their custody. And then finally, we now heard that he had been moved to civil authority, and the letter did not still state which was the civil authority. So we kept mounting the pressure until yesterday evening. Somehow at evening of a Sunday, we now got a call after the plan for the nationwide protest and all of that, that I should come to the DSS with a lawyer. And then I went there and I met Justice, and he began to tell me how he was taken into the military, blindfolded and handcuffed, kept under the sun during the day, kept in a cold room at night, and after some days of that treatment, one night he was hurriedly moved to the DSS facility. This is the whole thing we know about the case with justice, and that is why today we continue to push. We are going out to call for his unconditional release. This cannot be the way that a country should go. Speaking up for military welfare should not be a death sentence or a detention approach or abduction by the military. We should do things within the ambits of the law as a people. If people commit offense, please let us follow the rule of law.
So